All right, let's get right into it. Welcome back, everyone, to another Deep Dive Explainer. You might want to settle in for this one because today we are unpacking what is without a doubt the most highly anticipated football match of the decade. We're looking at a heavyweight collision literally 20 years in the making, the 2026 FIFA World Cup semi-final between Spain and France. We're going to break down exactly how these two incredibly talented national teams made it to this colossal showdown in Texas, and more importantly, how this single match could decide the destiny of the biggest trophy in sports.
Just to help us wrap our heads around the sheer magnitude of this game, think about this. Since the second the odds came out for this World Cup, way back in 2022, only two national teams have consistently sat right at the very top of the betting markets to lift a trophy. Those two teams, France and Spain. This isn't two mid-table nations sneaking through on a lucky draw. This is a clash of absolute titans. Whoever survives this game is going to walk into the World Cup final as the overwhelming favorite to be crowned world champions.
So here is our game plan for today's explainer. We'll start with the ultimate clash itself, trace their paths to the semifinal, break down the squads and tactics, look at their fierce history, dive into the Mbappe versus Yamal duel, and finally, wrap up with tactics, venue, and odds. Section 1. The Ultimate World Cup Clash.
There is just an incredible amount of legacy on the line here for literally everyone involved. It's like a Hollywood script. For France, they're chasing absolute history. A win puts them in their third consecutive World Cup final. That's an exclusive club, with only the legendary West Gemini and Brazil squads of the past. Meanwhile, Spain is desperate to break a major psychological curse. They are looking for their first World Cup semi-final appearance since they won the whole shebang back in 2010. And the stakes for the managers are just as high. Didier Deschamps is coaching his final tournament for France. He wants that golden farewell. On the other side, Spain's Luis de la Fuente is aiming to pull off a historic Euro and World Cup double with his golden generation.
Moving right along, Section 2, paths to the semi-final. This matchup is the literal definition of the irresistible force meeting the immovable object. France's journey? Totally flawless. We're talking a perfect 6 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. Just total offensive dominance. Spain, on the flip side, has basically built a brick wall in front of their goal. Aside from a couple of comfortable wins early on, their knockout run has been defined by these incredibly tense, nerve-shredding one-goal victories that usually come right down to the wire.
To put France's dominance into perspective, check out this staggering goal differential, plus 14. They've smashed in 16 goals and only let in 2 across 6 games. Their attack is actually terrifying. Kylian Mbappe alone has 8 goals in 6 matches. Add in Michael Olise, who has been an absolute revelation with a tournament-high 6 assists, and Ousmane Dembélé chipping in with 5 goals. I mean, they are a well-oiled offensive machine.
But then, you look at Spain, and this is the number that defines their entire campaign: 6. Up until they let one slip against Belgium in the quarterfinal, Spain had gone 6 consecutive matches without conceding a single goal. That is the longest streak in the entire history of the World Cup. Goalkeeper Unai Simon actually set a brand new World Cup record with 649 consecutive minutes with a clean sheet. So yeah, they've scored 11 times, but letting in just 1 single goal this whole tournament? Unbelievable. All right, Section 3. Squads, tactics, and injuries. Let's get into the tactical weeds a bit here. Deschamps sets France up in a pretty pragmatic 4-2-3-1 or sometimes a 4-3-3. They rely heavily on defensive solidity and then, bam, rapid, lethal transitions to exploit their crazy attacking depth on the counter. Spain, under De La Fuente, plays this high-pressing, vertical possession game. They still totally dominate the ball, usually hovering around 70% possession, but they're way faster and more direct than the old tiki-taka days, and it's all anchored by Rodri holding down the midfield. Oh, and here's a crazy piece of trivia for you. For the first time since 1950, Spain's World Cup squad has exactly 0 players from Real Madrid. Absolutely wild. However, both of these squads are dealing with some pretty serious physical questions regarding their biggest stars. Kylian Mbappe is managing a grade 1 ankle sprain from that bruising quarterfinal against Morocco. He's definitely going to play, but you have to wonder if it limits his explosive pace. Meanwhile, Spain's 18-year-old prodigy Lamine Yamal is still working his way back to 100% sharpness after tearing his hamstring right before the tournament. It really makes you wonder, is an ankle or a hamstring going to decide the World Cup? Which brings us to Section 4, History of a Fierce Rivalry. It's funny, these two don't actually meet in the World Cup very often. Their last time was way back in 2006, which France won. But their recent clashes? Pure electricity. Boring matches between these two just do not exist anymore. Just look at the 2024 Euro semifinal where Spain took it 2-1 off that unbelievable Yamal wonder goal. And then, the 2025 Nations League semifinal. My goodness, an absolute 9-goal thriller. Spain went up 4-0, France came roaring back, but Spain held on to win 5-4. So Spain definitely holds the recent psychological edge, but history basically guarantees us goals, crazy momentum swings, and total chaos.
Next up, Section 5, the duel, Mbappe versus Yamal.
These two players are on a total collision course. On one side, you have Kylian Mbappe, who is averaging a goal every 65 minutes right now. He's sitting on 20 career World Cup goals. If he scores against Spain, he ties Lionel Messi's all-time record. On the flip side, you have Lamine Yamal. He might still be finding his post-injury form, but get this, Yamal has literally never lost to Mbappe in a single elimination knockout match. Whenever it's winner-take-all, the teenager always comes out on top.
And honestly, that flawless knockout record tells you exactly why Yamal confidently dropped this line to the media this week. Spain are not afraid of France. Talk about an intense psychological duel, right? Neither of these superstars is backing down an inch.
Finally, Section 6, tactics, venue, and odds.
So tactically, the big question is who forces their game plan on the other first? Can Spain's aggressive high press choke out France before Mbappe and Dembele can get out on the run? Or will France's deep, organized block just absorb all of Spain's passing? The experts are pointing to two major wildcards here. Set-piece chaos, which has kind of been a weak spot for Spain, and the impact of the substitutes. You really got to keep an eye on Spain's Mikel Merino. He's already scored 2 dramatic match-winning goals past the 85th minute in this tournament.
Where this all goes down is a massive factor too. We're at Dallas Stadium in Arlington, Texas, packed with over 70,000 screaming fans. But the real story is the weather. It is brutal Texas summer heat. We're talking mid-90s to triple digits. This stadium does have a retractable roof and climate control so the organizers can close it. How they manage that roof is gonna be huge for player stamina, especially if this incredibly tense battle drags into extra time.
As for the betting markets, right now, France is sitting as the clear favorite at plus 150, which makes sense given their perfect record and just overwhelming firepower. Spain is the underdog at plus 300. But listen, the experts are heavily predicting an absolute thriller, with most leaning toward an over 2.5 goals outcome. There's just too much attacking talent on the pitch, and these two have a history of lighting up the scoreboard.
Which brings us to the ultimate question to chew on before kickoff. When an irresistible attacking force meets an immovable defensive object, who breaks first? Will French pace and precision slice right through Spanish possession, or will Spain's patience and relentless pressing finally crack the French resolve? One thing is absolutely for sure, we are in for a truly historic night of football. That is all for today's Explainer. Thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy the match.